tools to make the moves, the keys for what you need. Opportunity knocking, yeah. They got the right price. This ain't no game. It's a house heist. It's a house heist.
Around here, we call it a house heist, meaning get the knowledge before you discuss price. So when investments knock, you be there to answer. Then you can be the boss just like Tony Danza. Gab and Herb gon' hit you with the word. So open up your mind and be prepared to learn the best tips for the flip. Yo, it's lit. I'm talking larger stakes on larger stakes. Come on.
It's a house heist.
Welcome to House Heist Uncut. I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Herbert.
We are here to educate, entertain, and empower.
We believe when opportunity knocks.
Answer. All right, so what do we have today, Mr. HBJ?
Today we have a very, very special guest, Miss Retha Nichole. If you don't know Miss Retha Nichole, you need to know Miss Retha Nichole. She is everything and beyond coaching. Yes. She helps get your life together, your business together.
Life and otherwise, because she has definitely helped us get our life together.
And she's helping us develop into the people we see ourselves being as well.
Absolutely. So we say all that to say, Miss Retha Nichole is our personal coach. Gabrielle Henderson's, HBJ, and House Heist collectively. So she helps with all three avenues, and she's our special guest today.
And I'll be first to tell you that I didn't believe in coaching. I believe in self-development. But for years, Gab has tried to get me to get into coaching. She said, you need a coach, you need a coach. I was like, no, I don't need a coach. I can read this stuff and figure this out.
I said, just try. Just try her.
And ever since I've had her in my life, it has completely changed. And it has helped me get on track and accomplish things in a faster matter. It is Uncut, so I'm sorry. I haven't been on here in a while. Let me drink a little water.
Clear your throat, mouthful of spit. All right, so the holidays are approaching. I mean, it's already like we decorated this past weekend, so that's so exciting for me. The holiday season just brings about this warmth and excitement for me, just seeing the trees and the lights and all of that fun stuff. But for some, it can bring about a lot of stress.
Yeah. I'm a Scrooge during holiday, and because of Gab, I love decorating now. It brings so much joy into our lives. I promise. She's a bundle of joy, and she helps me become a bundle of joy. So, yeah. Yes. But for some, the holidays is very stressful.
It is.
And you have two different kind of stress in life. You have this stress and you have you stress. And this stress, a lot of people don't realize is like, you're overwhelmed, you're pushing to get things together, you don't know how to get things together, you kind of beat down, you go into like a little depression or you kind of go hiding. And you stress, as we learn, is to help you. It's good stress. It's like it's excitement. It's to help you accomplish those goals that you have set in place. But it's the holiday time, and it's a different time of year. It's the holidays. We just went through an election. We just had we're going through a pandemic.
Still
in a pandemic. And some of us are not able to see our loved ones. And during this time, we need to see our loved ones. So, it's kind of very stressful.
It's very stressful. I mean, I talk to a lot of, we talk to a lot of people, come across a lot of people. Of course, again, we have the holidays coming up. Do you travel? What do? Do you just kind of stay put in your little bubble? And that's stressful, not being able to really be around your family members and those kind of things. Also, financially, there are, some people that are still, without employment. They've taken a dip in their employment and just not been able to really have the funds to make the holidays special.
Absolutely. And we wanted to come and shed a little light on you, give you a couple of solutions to help you navigate these times. One, exercise. If you don't exercise, just get out and walk. Clear your head, clear your mind. Exercise seems to lower all your blood pressure all at one time. So get out and do a little exercise. We love to exercise. We do it daily.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it kind of, keep me from, just giving her love taps.
Don't do that.
Another thing you can do is meditate. I recently just got into meditation, and my meditation is not the correct meditation, but it's meditation. It's open up my eyes in the morning and just sitting there thinking in silence. And
at first I thought he was ignoring me because I get up talking ready to go, right, Retha? And he's sitting there like, I'm like, Are you ignoring me? And so I realized that's his way before he even steps out of bed to really kind of clear his head.
And you're really supposed to get out of bed to meditate, but I just lay in the bed and do it. It's easier for me to do that.
That's why I feel like he ignored me.
Yeah. Another way to do this is read. Grab you a couple pages. You read 10 pages a day of some kind of self-development or self-improvement book. It helps you relieve stress too as well. So I think that's very important also.
Yeah, and one thing I will say is just don't sweat the small stuff. When you really step back and realize what the holiday season is about, it's not about, how much money you spend or, who has the most lights, at their home or whatever we, tend to make it about. It's really about just counting your blessings and just stepping back and really recognizing what's important, and that's your health and your family.
And the last thing that she's saying, just be grateful that we're here.
Right.
Because during this time, we've lost a lot of people, unfortunately, because we haven't been able to control this pandemic. Just be grateful. Love your family members. If you can't see them, Zoom call them or FaceTime them. Just let them know you love them, let them know you're thinking about it. It's not about gift. The gift this holiday is that we are here and we all together.
Absolutely.
Let's get into this.
Good point. All right. Special guest, Miss Retha Nichole. Drum roll. Who is Retha Nichole? And I'm going to say this before you answer. I didn't even really know your last name. I just knew Retha Nichole because that's how you market and brand yourself, which you do a phenomenal job of, by the way.
So Nicole is not your last name?
No.
It's not.
Nicole is not her last name.
Not at all.
So who is Retha Nichole?
Listen, so this is Uncut.
Yes.
So I'm going to say something before I tell you who I am. In the last part, when you guys were talking about the things that you should do to help you, I want to say this. When you go for the walk, make it about releasing what is stressing you. Don't make it about exercise. That'll help you to really breathe in deep and go for the walk. When you read the book, set a timer. Set a timer for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 15 minutes, and just read for that time. And then if you go longer, great. But if you are finished at the end of that and then you got to get to work or you got to get to the kids, then you can feel good about, I've accomplished one thing besides making up my bed, right? Like I got one thing done. So I just thought of that. I wanted to say that.
I love it. Already some tips, y'all. Okay, we got a good show today. Great show today.
And are we going to come back to the holidays? Can I say something
we
about
can
that?
keep on talking. Flow with
Okay.
the holidays.
I will introduce myself. Y'all don't need to really know me in that way, but I'll do it because it's their show.
Her last name is not Nicole. I know that. But
It's not. Although, listen, we get mail at the house all the time that says Retha Nichole and family. You gotta, your boy, he gotta be real good, feel good within himself about that one. The mister. Listen, the other thing I want to say about the holidays is we have a pretty big family, and we typically do the holidays really big because all the other months we just stay in our circle, me, the mister, and the boys. We just stay in our circle. So the holidays we really do really big. So what we did this year, if you just need a tip, and I don't know when this comes out, if it's late, but listen, mail a box to your people. So we are mailing a box to, we're mailing a box to a couple of people. So Arch is mom. We're mailing a box to her. We're mailing a box to my grandfather. And then I think one of his brothers, because he'll be by himself. And so in the box is a pound cake. It'll be some other little food stuff, but it'll also be a card game in the instructions because we play it every year. And so it just looks different, but it's just some little stuff. It'll be some photos in there of stuff that has happened throughout the year.
And
I made
keeps
everybody
that connection.
Yes. And so
that's
if
a
you are
great
tired
idea.
of Zoom, this will get you excited about Zoom because it has a little card in there with the Zoom number, link and the Zoom time that we're all supposed to be on and unbox together.
that's beautiful.
Right?
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful, Retha.
So that's a little tip for y'all. Everybody's tired of Zoom, but this will make it exciting, right? So you say, everybody have your box, don't open it until this time, and we all unbox together, and then you can go back and do your day. But see, 9 times out of 10, you will stay on the Zoom longer because you'll just be together.
Right, and you're really enjoying it, like you said, like, oh, here come another family Zoom call, birthday, woo-hoo, you know.
Right. But this is different because it involves something, which would be the box.
Yes.
Love
like
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's good.
we gotta share that tip. I love that.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. All right, see, she's already look. You see why she coaches us, right? All right, so let's dig into it.
All right, so who am I? Gosh, I don't know. I'm just a regular girl from the South. My name is Retha Nichole. I am a mom of 3 boys. They are, at this time, 16, 14, and 7. And I am a business coach and life coach, and I started out as a business coach and ended up doing life because I know that if your business is a mess, then sometimes your life can be a mess. But most definitely, if your life is a mess, it'll flow into your business. So I want to coach the whole person as far as my clients go. I want to be equipped to do that. And so that's why I coach in both areas. Let's see, I always try to think of one thing that wouldn't be on the resume. And so, like, if I give you that today, I would say the one thing that wouldn't be on the resume is that I love to bowl, and I was on a bowling league for 3 years.
Okay, I did not know that.
Wow.
It's a little non-resume action.
Non-resume. What? Bowling league. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And most people
So
wouldn't
you got
think that.
you got your bowling outfit?
I do, and I have my own ball. Thank you. See, he tried to come at me.
Yeah, he tried.
He
tried.
No, the bowling outfits are pretty cool. Now I like to go to the bowling alley and see everybody dressed like it's pretty cool.
It
now.
is
Yeah,
cool.
it's
I have a
cool.
shirt with my name on it. Don't come at me.
I just had to ask.
What's your best bowling game?
My best game, I think, was 276. That was my best
wow.
game.
Oh, good.
My best game. Listen, when I will share this episode with my mother and the mister, and they will listen to this and go, but did you tell them? So I'm going to tell y'all. But did you tell them that bowling for you was strictly social? Okay. Like, my mother would be like, where's Retha? It's her turn.
Right.
I'm all down there talking.
Yeah.
And I go down there and I come back and be like, Mom, did you know Sharon down there? Did you know she cooked? Mom's like, I don't even know her.
Right. Who is Sharon?
We here. Can you
get into the game?
Get into the game. Right here and be focused. So that's why I loved it, was the people.
Yeah, the social. Yeah, that is awesome.
That's a good fun fact too as well.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah, listen, you should listen. Little pro tip for y'all: if you ever are speaking somewhere or on a podcast or something like that, always give an off the resume tip.
Off the resume tip.
Off the resume.
Y'all hear that, ladies and
I
gentlemen?
love that.
Don't be on nobody's resume that I bowled on the league.
Right, at all. With your bag and your ball and your outfit.
And your outfit. What color your outfit?
What? Pink.
Pink. It has to be pink. Did you have to ask?
I just had to ask.
What was he thinking?
It has to be pink. I love that. Okay, so who is your ideal client?
Yeah, who is it?
So you know, life coach, business coach. Who is your ideal?
Your holistic approach to coaching. So who's your ideal client?
Yeah, my ideal client is a female between the ages of 33 and 55. She is disciplined at her core, but something in her life has gotten her a little off track. And so now she needs high-level accountability to be the person that she knows she can be. And if life hadn't gut-punched her, then she would have been well on her way. Right. So my ideal client is that female, and getting her to know that it doesn't matter what life has done, you're still destined to be the thing that you want to be. Like, it's in you, so let me help you get it. Okay. Now, that's my ideal client. That's who I talk to. That's where all my messaging goes, everything. Does that mean that I don't have male clients? Well, Herb already told y'all he's one of them. So no.
I was about to feel some type of way.
It doesn't mean
female between 33 and 55.
Because you're a Devo. You're a Devo.
I'm very specific about who I'm called to. Yes. But it doesn't mean that along the way your calling won't touch someone else and they will need to experience that. So I do have six male clients.
Yes.
Who I really love and who I help.
Almost
and
one hand.
something about me was drawn to them,
Right.
and I can help them.
And that is one thing that I do love about you, because you are very picky about who you coach. I mean, when I say picky, I'm just, your energy, who you're pouring into. That is one thing that, you have to interview them and make sure they're ready for Retha Nichole, right?
Yeah, everybody's not ready.
Right. They're not. Everybody's not ready for you.
Because when you are passionate about what you do, and I am, and when you believe that you are called, like, one of the things that I say, and I think it's on my website too, is that this is the only life you get. This is not a dress rehearsal for a stage next. No,
Right.
this is it.
Right.
So when you know that, then you are very, very specific about what you do and how long you do it. Time is really important to you. And so when you think about that, then you don't want to waste it. Right. I'm not going to waste it, my gift, my calling, on someone who's not there yet mentally.
Right.
That's
Ready
a
to receive
waste.
it, right.
It's a lack of energy. It's a waste for me, and it's a waste for them because they're not ready to receive that yet.
Yes.
So sometimes I do get clients who fit that, what I just told you, right? But then they aren't mentally ready. And I just tell them, I don't think we're going to work out
Right.
because where I want to go with you, you're not there yet. And that's okay.
Right.
When you get there, come back.
That's right. And I love that about you. So I did have to make that point, when we're talking about clients and who you coach and that kind of thing, because I do know, there's a wait list for Retha Nichole.
Currently.
Currently.
And if you
She
haven't
said
gotten on
currently.
that wait list, you need to get on that waiting
Currently
list.
under a wait
Currently
list.
under a wait
Which is a
list.
blessing, and I don't take that for granted
Yes.
at all. It's a huge
Amen.
blessing. I thank God for it every day. But what I'll say to that is, you should always be grateful when you're busy,
Yes.
and also then be really more strict about your time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How did you get into coaching, Retha? Just out of curiosity.
The short answer is I just kept walking, right? But the specific answer is I started in real estate long ago. Long ago. I'm not gonna tell y'all my age.
You don't look that age. Now hold on.
I know, but listen, the joke always is for me and the people who started when I started is that we barely had computers. Like,
Oh wow.
That we started in real
we
estate.
didn't have laptops when we started in real estate.
You had to go to the office
We
and
had to
sit there.
and get that book.
Yeah, the book. Yeah.
You know, that book. Anyway, so I started in real estate, and I did really well. And I began teaching first, just like a class in the brokerage on expireds, because that's how I built my business. And then slowly people would say, can you, it wasn't called coaching then, can you help me one-on-one? It was called helping.
Help me. Yeah.
Help me one-on-one. And so I said no at first. I was like, no, I can just help you. Just what do you need? And then my mentor in real estate said, a lot of people want you to help them. You should help them, and you should charge them. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, you don't charge me, so you trying to give me a hint that you about to charge me? Well, then I really should charge them.
Right.
Because I'd rather pay somebody to pay you.
Right.
So that's why I say I just kept walking, because then I did a couple of people. And then in the middle of that, life happened to me. And that's when I knew that I would have to also do life, because how do you get out of bed when life happens? But you got business and you got these kids. How do you keep going? And so that's why I say the short answer is I just kept walking, because I just walked into it. And the more people that requested my service, then it just kept happening. And then I just stopped selling. And so, and then I just did this full time, because I felt like, oh, wait, God, this must be what you have for me. This is how I can help.
How you can help,
people.
right? And I love that, because your light, you have a saying, my light shines,
That's
and
right.
you love for the light to shine in others. And I'll tell you, and HBJ will attest to it, you've been a blessing to us.
Oh, wow.
And so you really have. Just in our business, the way we think. Even with us being business partners, you are like that third person, that we need to really, hone in
You
and
were
grow.
heaven sent for that.
You
one.
are. You are. Because he'll say, well, Retha said, and I'm like, okay. So I just want to say that publicly. I know we tell you that all the time, but you are awesome.
Thank
So.
you. Thank you.
All right. So, Retha Nichole here. How can people get in touch with you? You're listening to House Heist Uncut. We have, again, Miss Retha Nichole, world renowned.
Look at that.
We'll go ahead and put that out there.
What we doing? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, yes.
That's really good.
Yes, coach, business coach, and life coach. So, how can people get in touch with you?
So, of course, I have a website. It is RethaNichole.com. Nicole is with an H, Nichole, and RethaNichole.com. And then on any social platform you can think of, it's at Retha Nichole. So it's at Retha, R's in red, ETHA, and then Nicole, Nichole.
Love it. So, Retha Nichole, do you have a coach yourself?
I do.
You do?
I do. I have two. I have a regular coach who is like me, and she does business and life. And then this year I have a speaking coach as well. So I have two currently in this season because of what the vision says we should do next year. So in Q4 I got a speaking coach. And then I've had a coach just in general for probably about 5 years.
Okay.
I think coaching is it's really important to what you want to do. What coaching does is it constantly takes the blanket, that soft, warm blanket of comfort that you have in doing life and doing business. And what coaching does is the minute the coach comes in the room, she says, hey, I'm going to need you to fold that blanket up and put it off to the side, and let's really get into it and see what we're doing.
Right.
And so coaching takes the comfort off of your business and life and says, what's stopping you is that blanket. If you took that off, then you could probably do more. And so for that, I've always had a coach because I like doing what I like to do. And so my coach says, that's nice, but let's do this now, or let's do that. So everybody needs it for different reasons. There are clients who need me strictly for accountability. Like, we don't talk about growth. We don't talk about any of that. They just need to do the thing.
Right.
Then there are some clients that I have that need me for accountability as well as strategy, how to do the thing. And then there are some clients who need me for that plus, hey, so my life is a complete dumpster fire.
Right.
So let's spend 30 minutes there, and then let's spend the other 30, on some marketing or maybe social media or something like that.
Right.
So it just depends.
Just out of curiosity, do you get more excited by those clients that, like you just said, whose life just completely out of line, and you get to bring joy into it? Is that where you get most of your joy from? I know you get joy out of helping everybody, but do you get most of your joy out of those kind of clients right there?
That's a great question. I think for me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Because I coach a little bit different in that I really lean heavily into what God is saying.
Yes.
And so
And you pray, not to interrupt you, but you pray over your clients.
I
And you
do.
pray for your clients.
I do. And so the question that you have comes, it's like a little bit of a double-edged sword, right? Because there's a heaviness that comes with that.
Yes.
And then there is the joy when you see it come through. But so, yeah, I love that part because I listen and I lean in heavily to what God says that they need. And then when they get it, and it's not me at all, it's like, wow, you got it, and that's good for you. So, yeah, I love that.
I love that. So, what's next for Retha Nichole?
Listen, I'm ecstatic about 2021. I'm pretty pumped about 2021. I think that I'm the most excited. So I have a thing that I do called Sunday planning.
Okay.
Yes.
I've done it since my divorce when my 16 and 14-year-old were 3 and 5. I was a single mother, and because I was going through a divorce, and our house was pretty structured, but one person is gone, and everybody has some remnants of hurt behind that.
Right.
And so for the first month or two, I was just kind of in a whirlwind. And I thought, I got to figure out something that's going to help our weeks go better. What is that thing? And so from that time, on Sunday evenings, I would sit down and say, okay, I got to think of some things that I can do to make us better. So it started out as picking out all of our clothes for the week so that we can just grab and go. And then I would say, this is what we're going to cook, because you eat out more when you don't have a plan.
Yes.
When you don't have a plan, then you eat out more. And so as a single mom, eating out cuts into your budget.
Yes.
And so you really don't want to, but you didn't take the chicken out.
Right.
And now it's hard as a rock. And so we just got to go with some McDonald's again tonight, you know. And so that's frustrating. And so I would do that, and then I would look at the calendar and do I have to work late, or who's going to do this? And then I could arrange sitters. And so all of those things became Sunday planning.
Got you.
And so that's the next phase is I've been doing it for years, but I've been doing it publicly online for about 2 years. Okay. And so this year, last month, it is now trademarked, so, you know, don't sleep, people.
Okay,
we try to
drum
Look
roll.
at the.
You got to protect what you love.
You gotta protect
so
it.
that's a protection.
I like that.
So
Oh my gosh.
we did do that, and so because of that, we have some exciting things coming for that. One that we did just announce is there's a text where you can text me, and I want to start building community there. And so I will send you a text 3 times a week, so no more than that. Wednesdays, I'm going to text you a coaching tip. Saturday, I'm going to text you some encouragement for you to find the joy. That's when you take that walk. That's when you decorate. That's when you get your box ready. And then on Sunday, I will prompt you to Sunday plan, and if you need any help there.
Get into it. Oh my God.
I gotta ask, is that free?
It's free. You can just text me. It's free.
That's
Oh
free.
my gosh.
Wow, that's
part
free
of the
growth.
Retha Nichole community.
Wow,
I
the
love
Retha
it.
Nichole experience. I
Yeah,
like that.
so that's building community there, you know, to help
Love
you
that.
because Sunday planning really does. It makes your week so much better when you get those things out of the way. So it's 5 things that you can do to help you have a better week. And they change throughout the seasons, right? So in this season of life, I only have to do my clothes, and I still do them. I
the
do my
kids
clothes.
are, you know,
They're
virtual
older.
and they're older. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they can do their own thing. But I still do my clothes. I still do the meals because it's important. And I still do our calendar to see where we're all going, what's happening there.
Right.
Social media is a business marketing tool for me. So I plan out my social media. I write all 5 captions on Sunday evening and load them into there to be put out throughout the week. And then the 5th thing varies. Today, I will tell you I'm planning today, and so my 5th thing today will be the Christmas stuff. We got to go through all the Christmas stuff to get ready to decorate this week.
Okay. You are, man, you're goals, Retha. You are goals.
That is
If I could
awesomeness
just,
right there.
I don't even know what I'm going to wear let me start picking out my clothes.
That's
What do you think?
ridiculous.
It's
Pick your
awful.
clothes
I
out.
know. It's
You ought to
always
see
a
her. You ought to
time.
see the closet.
Oh, don't, well, that's another
another
show.
subject
Don't do
also.
that. Don't do that.
Rita, you need to come into our house. You need to Sunday plan at our house.
Yes, you gotta.
So you need to
get into
join
it.
the text community.
Absolutely.
So that you
Okay.
can get a text that reminds you to Sunday plan. And then next year we'll roll out more things about Sunday planning. There's some exciting things coming. This was just the first step in building community.
Yes, we're gonna be on TED Talks. We're gonna be on Oprah Network. We're gonna be on a whole lot of stuff, Miss Retha Nichole.
That's right. That's right.
So you'll listen to the HouseHeist Uncut. We are with Miss Retha Nichole. And once again, Miss Retha Nichole, we thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because you have enlightened my life. You truly have.
Thank you.
And you helped me able to deal with this beauty of a woman right here. But let everybody know how they can get in contact with you one more time if you don't mind.
Yeah, so on all social platforms, it's Retha Nichole. Nichole is spelled with an H, Nichole. But I'll tell you that Instagram is my favorite.
Mine too. Retha.
Instagram is my favorite. And so you can send a DM there. I do answer those personally. You can go to my website, RethaNichole.com, and there's a contact page, and you can send us an email there. But those are the 2 ways.
I love the fact that you are still very personally involved with controlling and being involved with your social media. I mean, that's just
Yeah, for me,
because you control and tell your story.
That's right.
And I love that.
And that's what it's about. Everybody's different, but I use social media for messaging. And so I want to control the message because it's mine.
Right.
And so that's what I do. Now, if you are a client, you know what I'm about to say. I don't do email. I don't do that. So if you were paying attention, you noticed I said you can send an email there, and I did not say, and I'm going to answer that person.
Right. And that is true because your assistant checks and answers all of your emails. And the first time that happened to me, I'm responding to you, and it came back, and I'm like, that ain't Retha. Here's what she was like. She was like, oh, that was so generic. Yes.
That wasn't personal at all. Right. Okay, well, stop emailing me.
Right, don't email me.
Because that doesn't happen. So everybody has to find their boundaries. For me, email is a boundary.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to get into why you choose. This your journey. My journey is no email.
Right.
For clients, I have an app that they know they can use and get directly to me.
You, right.
But for everyone else that is not a client, you can send an email and she will get it to me.
Yeah.
But we've been together for so long, she knows what I'm going to say.
Right.
And so then she can just answer it. And most of the time when people send like their story about where they are, she just says, you probably should book a consultation. Because that's what she's going to say.
That's the only way you're going to better talk to Retha.
Because that's what she's
not
going
through
to
this
say.
email right here.
Yeah.
That's what she's supposed to say.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not about, like I was telling my mother before we came in here to record that everybody has to have boundaries.
Right.
And when people who don't respect your boundaries, listen, what you need to know is they don't have any.
Right.
So
that is so
it's not
true.
you that they disrespect. It's not you that they're talking about, like you bougie now or you high up now or any of that. No. You just don't like my boundary.
Right.
You like me.
Right.
Okay, get into it. You like me.
Right.
But you don't like that boundary that I set up.
That is so true.
Yeah,
Oh my
protect your
gosh.
peace.
Protect your peace. All right, so final thoughts you want to leave our viewers with. What are some final tips or thoughts from Miss Retha
Even though you
Nichole?
just said a whole lot.
I know, she has given some jewels, baby.
said
She
a
has
whole
dropped some gems today. Y'all better listen to it.
Listen, I think final thoughts I will say is that 2020 has been a different, weird, difficult year. But if you were listening to this podcast, you made it.
Yes.
You
Amen,
may not
somebody.
you may not have everything you want, but you're here. And so the fact that you're here means that you get another shot at what you were trying to achieve.
Absolutely.
And so don't look for 2021 to be the answer to everything. Just
Absolutely.
go and get in the mirror and know that you are the answer for everything. Not 2021, not, what's going to be next. No, you are all you need. You're all you need. And so when you have a problem and you need an additional resource or a tool, then that's when you get into coaching and you find a coach and you find one that speaks to you. Coaching is the best thing you could ever do for your business and for your life. So final thoughts from me is like, if you learn nothing else, just learn this is the only life you get.
Yes.
So take charge of it. You are responsible for you. Do everything you can for you.
Oh my gosh, that's a word today.
Thank you, Miss Retha
And just
Nichole.
keep walking. Keep walking.
Just keep walking.
Keep walking. All right. Thank you, Miss Retha Nichole, our personal coach, Retha Nichole on HouseHeist Uncut.
Well, we can't lead a show without talking about real estate because that's what we do.
Yes.
We do that all the time.
Yes.
We've been getting a lot of calls lately. We had a few Airbnbs. We had 3 Airbnbs. And a lot of people wanted to know, how do I get into Airbnb, or is it a good idea, or should I do it? Or just ask so many questions. Well,
Let's talk about Airbnbs.
let's talk about Airbnbs.
Airbnbs, it's a great way to earn residual income.
Cash flow.
Cash flow. Cash is king through real estate.
Yes.
And so that's the hype. That's what people hear. Airbnb. How do you get into it? What's your tip?
So we actually put this to test. We put Airbnb to test. I can be honest with you, I was skeptical when I first started. But I said, you know what, I'm gonna start it anyway and figure out if this really works. So the area that we chose, it wasn't the best of areas. However, it was
all
in the
good
area.
in the hood.
I'm a fanatic of the hood. I think all great things come out the hood. That's just me personally.
Yeah, you came out the hood. So that's
See,
great.
look at it.
See,
Look at it. I'm a working class hero, and you are too. But no, seriously, we purchased. We had these townhomes that we had for years, and we turned them to Airbnbs. We got professional photos taken. We had a designer to come in and design them for us to set them up. We put nice dishes in there. We painted them. We made them smell good. We did everything we were supposed to do. And to be honest with you, those things, they were just ringing like a cash register each and every month.
Yes.
Now, this is what we did learn. I'll let her tell you.
What we learned is where you decide to choose or place your Airbnb matters.
It does matter.
It really does. And so pay close attention to the neighborhood and the surrounding areas around that Airbnb. Make sure that you try to keep an open communication with Airbnb customer service, because especially your rankings or rates, just like when you catch an Uber, everybody wants 5 stars, or when you're giving a Google review, you want good stars. Those things really affect, how much traffic is driven to your Airbnb. In addition to that, make sure that you take professional photos. Make sure that, the property that you're showcasing is being presented on the internet, because you're going to be on the World Wide Web in a great light. So with that being said, the number one thing that we learned is location. Location.
But it does work, because we actually had ours in the inner city, and it was right by hospitals, shopping, and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be honest with you, it was a couple of dilapidated homes.
And it was
around.
challenging. It was
very challenging. And in my mind, and she says I always make the world think like I want to think. But in my mind, I said, you know what? Once they see this, because the place itself was very nice, and once you get inside of it, you felt cozy and comfortable. Simple as that. But before you get there, before you pull up to this neighborhood, you driving by this dilapidated house, or you might see about 4 or 5 people walking down the street.
Some of them may have habits.
And some of them may have habits, or some of them may have been kids. But, in my mind, I'm like, they're not bothering you, so it don't really matter. But we learned that location really does matter. And this Airbnb thing really does work. All you need to do is, like you said, professional photos. Make sure right now is a very good time to keep your place clean. Yes. You want to keep them spotless. Yes. Because that goes into your ranking too, your ratings, into your ratings. Right. We have gotten our Airbnb taken off of Airbnb platforms several times. And the reason being, we learned it wasn't that the place was dirty or filthy or anything like that. It was just the location. People were upset with the location.
And they'll give you a bad rating.
They'll give you a bad rating. And anytime you get a bad rating, like I said, it knocks your score down. You want to keep your rating up above 4. Really, you want to keep it a 4.5, 5, to be honest with you, to keep more people coming back to your door. But like I said, we made so much cash flow off this place. We realized that this really does work, and we will do it again. However, those particular Airbnbs don't exist anymore. You talk about that, but with the Airbnbs that we did have, you were able to, number one, earn rental income from that, Airbnb income, and earn a profit from selling them. So they paid for themselves 20 times over, 100 times over. So it really did.
What is your tip? What are your top tips for someone who is interested and hear the word Airbnb and they want to start? What is the number one tip?
It really works. Know that. That's number one. Number 2, professional photos. Number 3, get it nicely decorated. Number 4, keep it clean all the time. And number 5, and that should have been number 1, is location. Right. That's all that really matters, location.
Right. And if you don't want to lay your head there, why would you think that a guest would?
I wanted to lay my head at mine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So you've been tuning in to House Heist Uncut. Another wonderful episode. Again, today's guest was Retha Nichole.
And I didn't know her last name was not Nicole, but she doesn't need a last name. She's Miss Retha Nichole, and she makes your life better.
Yes, she does. Thank you so much again, Retha, for joining us.
Yes.
And thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Herb.
When opportunity knocks,
answer.